Hi, I'm Jo Ruddock, and I'm here with Thomas Bostrøm Jørgensen, CEO of Appear. Good to see you, Thomas.
Thank you, and good to see you too, Joe.
So Appear is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. Can you share some of the key moments in the company's history and how it's developed over the past 2 decades?
Absolutely. It's always fun to have to have an anniversary, and to have a 20th one is special. As you probably know, Appear was founded back in 2004. Surprise, given the 20th anniversary. But it was founded. It kind of came out of Hamburg television, which I think is for a lot of people who have been in the industry for a long time, is sort of a one of the real pioneers of the industry. And I think Appear was founded. Actually, it was called Appear TV back in the days. We removed the TV a while back, but the foundation of the company, with the sort of ex-Hamburg television employees, was really sort of built on a seizing of a moment change where they saw a real opportunity to build a new product sort of design concept that would ultimately transform, particularly the distribution market in EMEA. So the first products from Appear hit the market in 2006, targeting the distribution market. And I think what's really interesting for us is that the sort of key concept, the key sort of bearing concept of the product was the modular high density design and the flexibility of the solution, and that was really innovative. So I would say in those early days, Appear came up with the concept of a head end in a box, and the sort of the ethos of sort of modularity and functional versatility has actually been central in everything we've done ever since, throughout our sort of various endeavors into the market in the last 20 years. So I'll skip a lot of the kind of in between, I guess, and move slightly closer to the recent years. So in sort of around 2018, Appear decided to invest in a new platform to target the video contribution markets. And again, the company had really been successful in the distribution market for many years, but Appear started a significant investment in what we call the X platform, which essentially, again, sort of repurposes the ethos from the XC platform in the distribution market, but really has taken the market, the video contribution market, with storm in the recent years. I came on board in 2021, so I've only seen sort of 3+ years of the great sort of history of Appear, but some of the things that we've done lately to kind of tee us up for what is now sort of over 25% annual growth rate is, of course, leaning on the X platform's spatial density, low power consumption and sort of versatility, but also the big change we made in our commercial model in the recent years, going from at least predominantly an indirect sales model to predominantly a direct sales model, where we have built up an Appear direct sales model in the UK market and in the US market. And in both those markets, we've had remarkable success, predominantly in the sort of high or the tier 1 premium live sports segments, both with rights owners, broadcasters, and production companies.
Okay, and with those kind of clients, obviously rights valuation is the big talking point at the minute. How is Appear helping rights holders engage fans and monetize the content?
Well, that's a big, I mean, the sort of, it's a big and interesting question. I think to answer it, we have to kind of make sure that it's understood where we play in the value chain. we're definitely in the video contribution space. We're definitely, on the sort of connectivity side of the value chain, providing video compression and immediate transport, right? So in the context of that, we see that obviously fan engagement is increasing, right? And as part of that, we see a huge increase in, for example, in the number of cameras and the complexity of the production. And that's definitely an area where we, with our sort of high density, high modularity, flexible solution, help the rights holders monetize their content by basically making production easier and more efficient. Another area where we help significantly is on the transport side. So, as you know, a lot of focus has been, with the rising cost of content rights. There's a lot of focus on cost saving and operational efficiencies, and one of the areas that a lot of the rights holders have looked at is transport costs, and of course we see and our customers see an increased use of internet and cloud infrastructure to capture and produce live video. So in order to respond to that and help our customers, we have invested significantly in sort of highly innovative approach to SRT. We basically have a hardware accelerated SRT solution, which offers a much more cost-effective and high-quality solution for delivering content over the internet. And as an example, the X platform in the 2RU chassis is called an X20, and today it can handle up to 22 UHD camera feeds, up to 72 gigabits of SRT traffic, and over 1,500 connections. And that's head and shoulders above any of our competitors in the market. And we, it's interesting because where we've had the most success, at least in the sort of last couple of years, is definitely in the US market, where of course the rights, it's at least one of the markets where the cost of rights is the highest, and where the need to monetize it through developing solutions that enhance fan engagement is the highest. Another area that we see high interest in is low latency. Now, it's a very important sort of component of fan engagement, particularly for companies that are developing interactive applications, or applications that interact with the content. It's really important that you have as low latency as possible. And of course, that's also really important in the context of sort of gaming and gambling applications. I guess a third or another area, at least, that where we help monetization is around data and analytics. I'm sure, everyone's aware, right, of the amount of data that's being captured, for example, in the Formula One race. Is absolutely, astonishing. I think an F1 car is equipped with, up to 300 sensors and captures 10,000 data points a second. And the ability to take that data and transform it into, user experience is super important. And we did not long ago, we did a proof of concept with AWS and NASCAR at the Chicago street race, where we worked together to develop a solution, basically an app where customers, trackside viewers, could sort of select camera angles, so it needed time synchronized video, and then tap into the various team radios that we're interested in listening into. It's just an example of how data is being used to create better fan experience, which essentially is is the key to monetizing content value.
Absolutely. And 2024 is a huge year for sports with a lot of major events coming up. Can you share any plans for Appear over the coming months?
Yes, I mean it's an absolute monster year, and we are in fact supporting the sort of leading service providers with almost all of the major sporting events that happen through the year. You know, either directly or through providing solutions to service providers. So that be it sort of, you know, F1, Formula E, MLB, NHL, ATP, and of course the big sporting event happening in Paris this summer. I mean, once you know, it's some of these events, it's hard to be able to sort of reference specifically, but we did announce a project that we have with the Vivara Media that is utilizing the X20 platform to enable live broadcast across Latin America from this major sporting event in Paris.